How are you going, Leos? How's everything? I'm doing a reading for November 2025. One more month and it's close to the end of the year. So have you set yourself some goals? Are you doing your vision board? Are you setting yourself some things to complete towards next year? So whether it's the start of 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year is usually my goal setting. So hopefully that will give you some guidance on what to look for when you're doing your own goals. All right, Leo, I can see there's a new beginning on its way. You just started this new beginning. Whatever this new beginning is, only happened within 2 weeks, 1 week, or even this month. It all started by a letter, or you received a letter, and that was the key. There's some happiness in this transition, and there's some happiness with what's going on, but there's also probably fear and anxiety about money and where that's going to come from. But there's transformation with that, and the key focus is save, 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 and you'll get a really great outcome. You've got a really positive set of cards. You're so anchored, or you're so well invested with the home place, and you're very well grounded. There's a lot of stability in the home place, and there's a lot of happiness in the home place, and that's where you would like to be majority of your time. So whatever this transition is, whether it's work or a partnership or moving, you did it because you needed that security to be stable at home. As making a really, it's just a great progress to be able to see that and to experience that. Yes, movement with what you're doing. So there's some things that saying use your intuition. You haven't made that movement just yet, or there hasn't been a beginning. It's destined for you. It's happening in the next few weeks anyway. If that hasn't happened yet, and this new beginning is meant for you. You're meant to experience this, and you're meant to have this kind of nice feeling, or this kind of a high spirits in relation to what's going on with you. You've done very well so far, just to even keep yourself above float, above water, I'm hearing and I'm sensing. I'm also seeing there's a lot of achievements that you've done, but there has been situations where you felt like you were sinking for some reason. I don't know what that means, but I think that's what all Leo is. You're just going through astrology shift in planet placings and in it might feel like you were literally in water for a while. That's actually very interesting and fascinating to talk about. But I think that you're getting yourself out of there. I don't think there's anything going on with your health. I think you're doing really great. I don't think there's anything going on with your mental capabilities or your physical capabilities. You are totally fine. When it comes to love, there is this kind of block, and there's been a block for years for you, Leo. Whether or not you accept a block, like whether or not, look, I think long-term Leos in really well-established relationships have done really well to themselves. They're stable. They don't want any movement. Usually that's a lot of Leos. But in essence, when it comes to love, for most of the Leos out there who are not in a relationship, I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, and it might not happen at all, to be honest, and that's fine. Leave it. Be single. Go around and find out who it is and what to talk to next with. You don't necessarily need to be with somebody. You're doing well on your own. They're doing well on your own. Sure, there's because of the movement from work and the movement of the past, sure, there's a bit of sadness. You got to say goodbye to people, or you got to say goodbye to where you used to work. But it's just fate. It's just what you've got to experience. Be able to be happy with that. Be able to be, I guess, grounded in that situation. You just got to be happy that that's actually coming forth, and that you've made a decision, that there's a breakthrough in that. That you can say lots of things about what's happening with that situation, but it is fate, it is destiny. And there's a lot of happiness and communication in the home place. There's a lot of growth in the home place, and there's a lot of sunshine. Whatever decision that you've made for yourself is exactly where you need to be. And I feel like although that you've been thinking that you've been underwater for a while or sinking or something, you're not going to anymore. You'd made a really huge decision because you did it for your health or something, and but your health is perfectly clear, it's perfectly fine. I think that for Leos, you're a bit burnt out. This whole cohort or this whole group is just very burnt out. You just experience so much stress, so much, I'm not too sure, and so much changes or transitions. There's just a need to slow down and really look for yourself and really explore different options to be able to rest and fully recoup and come back and do your very, very best. Your friends are so there for you. Leo, I think when it comes to maybe in the past, you were very kind of uh you weren't looking at your friendship group as a strong sense of community. It's not like you've ever gone to your friendship group and been like, you support me. You've always been the one that has supported people, and this time they're supporting you a lot. You know, Leo, there's a few of your friends that they think you're the greatest person there is. It's interesting. There's a lot of them that saying that you're just a really great human. They don't wish ill on you. They want the very best for you. And I think a lot of like friendship changes and friendship groups you've kind of gone in and out of. But this one's lasting and this one's a nice one. So I think stick with it, stay with it, and just be happy with your circumstances and what's happening. You're going to do it really, really well. And I think the next few months are going to be the best months of your life until maybe mid-year next year. And then hopefully you make some goals and you understand what it is that you want to be doing in the future. Because that's all that it is about is pre-planning and understanding before that 6 month happens. And you don't have to have any idea just yet, but think about money, think about where you can be making money, what's the best outcome for you in making money, and then just stick with that. You can make money as much as you like or as little as you like. You just need to really think about what's the best way for you to make money, what's going to make you happy at the end of the day. It's not the most important thing in life. I think that when people talk about what's important to them, usually you'll find people out there, money is like the fourth or the fifth thing. If it's the second or third thing, that's an interesting situation for that person, correct? Like you would be saying to yourself, I hope that you have support with that and that's not the only thing that you look into for character or conduct. Is, I hope there's other things like hope and spirituality, or there's lots of things that people can value, but money is probably not the most settling or the most advantageous value to possess. Don't worry about love. Don't worry about commitment. That's not where you're at right now. You're at just creating stability, just ensuring that you're not feeling like you're underwater, that you're that you're doing basic survival techniques to be able to love and live. And I think that you've done well. There's so much good energy around you, Lulu. The next 6 months are going to be glorious, probably the best of your life. And with that, do things like pre-planning. If you know that in 6 months' time, you're going to see something that you might not like, or you're going to hit something that you might not like, there might be a roadblock in 6 months' time, then prepare and plan for that now so that um, you don't end up there, which is good. One more card. Hmm. Says that somebody is really thinking about you and they're really hoping that you're happy. This is a good person to you, but they just had a really nasty point, like nasty circumstances, and it feels like they're not a nice person. I don't know who this is. This person seems they're in and out of your life. They're they're I don't think they've got the best intentions for you, to be honest. You did well trapping them, but they just think the world of you. You've done really well for yourself, Leo. You've done really good. You've built a really great community. Having said that, just because you've built a great community and you're a great person doesn't mean that every single person that you meet is going to be good for you. And that person who thinks about you and you might think of them time to time, you know in your heart and in your intuition that this person's not good for you. So let them go. They're just wanting to say, I hope that you get what it is that you want in life. But if they're just asking you for money constantly, are they really good for you? And do they want you to have the best out of life? Because they wouldn't be asking you things. They'll be helping you. They'll be in your community. All right, then, Leo. I will see you next month. Bye.